Nomad Mag plays Brood.
No, I'm talking if
they want to pick it up themselves.
Yeah, to stop them picking it, yes.
Mag has played Brood. I believe he did.
No, I know Mag played.
I mean, sorry. I don't mean Mag. I mean Resolution.
Really?
Yes, I believe he played it at least once.
Okay.
But again, it's not one of their, go-to pickups like it would be for Vega. So I'm not sure if you would want to leave it in the pool. But apparently, Vega is.
This looks very similar. Almost exactly. I think the Tusk and the Queen of Pain were the other way around.
That is correct. That is the only difference we see from the draft so far.
Okay, so that means that they've identified that the problem, at least they think the problem is not Tusk Queen of Pain. The problem is something else.
Anti-mage.
I think the anti-mage is... I think you can make a co-op work against an Ember. It's the same thing. If you get an Orchid way before the Ember, then you just own the game. And we saw that in the North American qualifiers in one of the South American games.
It kind of forces the Ember Spirit to get this defensive item as well, like the Yules or
a Manta, almost always. So it forces them to get Manta, which is a good thing. But if you get to that point where your carry also gets two-shot by their mid, then it's an issue. So it's like, who's the other hero? The anti-mage is the issue, perhaps. They needed maybe a different hero, or they needed to play perfectly.
I really like the Rubik as well, so that couldn't have been a problem. Maybe they need just maybe they want a core that can fight earlier,
or a support that does more damage,
or a support that can fight earlier,
or a support that can contribute more against Ember. Because Rubik can stun him for 2 seconds, but his damage is really weak.
I like Shiva's idea of Silencer in this game. I think it's amazing and
wasn't my idea. I didn't say Silencer. Did I?
You said it earlier.
I was going to say I would love to
Good job, Kevin.
I would love to take credit for it, but
I think it's very good against both Dazzle and Ember. You can put the aggression on without much risk, because the Graves in the last game were just so clutch. Like every single one of them allowed them so much more space, and it's good.
We see a ban from Vega. Any chance of Alchemist coming out here for them?
I think it's very, very good.
Could be. Did they get Night? No, they didn't. Night Struck was banned. They do put Ember safely in almost every single time, so...
AA also stops Dazzle quite a lot. In the last game we saw they were pushing mid and they used the Dazzle heal very effectively.
5 seconds remaining.
You mean okay?
Just okay.
But yeah, so as we just saw, actually in a picture, like Alchemist was completely ignored previous draft, right?
Yes.
Not banned, not picked.
That's interesting to me, because I really feel like he's the hero.
Well, given the fact that we see fights break out so early, like I think 10 minutes in, both of these seem already fighting. Is Alchemist the hero that you want for these type of games?
I think Acid Spray is pretty decent in the stun.
That's pretty good.
When you can get Radiance at 12 minutes, is that really too late?
It shouldn't be too late, and at the same time, you will have a contribution already with your Acid Spray. It just...
Literally nothing has changed.
At the same time, you're gonna get kited so much from with the chains, you're gonna get stuck a lot. You're gonna get disabled a lot.
Alright,
are we watching replay?
While this looks boring in the sense that it's the same picks, I find this interesting because it's very easy to follow. To say like, we know we basically get to see a team that lost to a strategy and they say, what would we have done differently? And they can adapt exactly how they want to. We don't have to like analyze a completely different draft. We can they're basically doing scrim practice right now. Like, what would this game have been majorly different if our second support was a Silencer or something instead of a Rubik? And we get to see that, and we get to see how that adapts, and we're going to learn something interesting about Ember Spirit's strength today. I really like that they're going kind of similar things.
Yeah, so actually is very Earthshaker instead of the Rubik.
I think it's going to be a support.
Earthshaker instead of Rubik?
Yeah, because Earthshaker was on Vega.
You're right. Earthshaker was on Vega. Okay, I thought for some reason he was...
But this time we'll have a Beastmaster. I really like Beastmaster actually because it's one of Mag's heroes.
Yes.
Mag's most played heroes actually for the patches when Beastmaster was relevant previous. Previous.
They're also 100% with the hero.
And they're also 100% with the hero. There you go.
4-0.
And actually, we've seen Beastmaster a lot more in the last few days. I mean, we've seen No Chill play, we've seen Bulldog play. There's a lot of different playstyles out there, and I really think that Mag is really scary on this hero. So I like Vega's draft already a little bit more. Again.
In the set yesterday, though, against Alliance, Bulldog played the Beastmaster, so it's a different scenario. But it really did. It felt weak compared to other offlane heroes.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't as Broodmother's Bulldog is consistently top net worth. When he played Beastmaster, he was middle of the pack. It's hard to catch up if you're zoned properly.
You're not really a flash farmer all the time.
I actually
Gyro versus Ember. I like that.
Gyro versus Beastmaster and Lina though.
That's tougher, but you still get a BKB.
And you have the Silencer as well. It makes Beastmaster's life a lot harder if you have silence on top of it.
I feel like with the Earthshaker, they have and the Tusk and the Silencer, they have good Ember lockdown.
10 seconds.
And Jaro
remaining.
is tanky enough in the early game that he can just rocket barrage and run after people, and Vega's
5
going to die.
seconds
So I
remaining.
feel like their team fight transitions into the late game are going to be good.
They have a better
Reserve
plan
time.
for it.
Like they have lots of ways to kill Ember now in the early team fights because of stuns and silences. And Jaro is a very good run at them carry.
What do you feel like Vega should pick last?
Ricky Maru.
What? Why?
I think it's pretty good against all the heroes, to be
Well,
honest.
the problem is laning, right? They generally put the Ember in the safe lane, so Vega is looking for a hero for no one.
Yeah.
Unless they do some... I've seen support Beastmaster before, it's not very good.
We've seen mid Beastmaster as well, but then
Yeah.
he's still an offlaner. So.
Mid beast is good, not this game though.
Also, like, in the past, I've seen no one play Lina a lot, and he's very, very good at the hero. So that wouldn't surprise me either. I don't know. I guess they're lacking... they have a lot of magical damage with Lina and Ember. They're lacking early game physical damage, I think, to pair up with the Dazzle. Is there Shadow Fiend's banned?
Well, last game they had something to set up
PL
for
would be pretty good. You can diffuse off the silence. It's bad against Earthshaker, obviously,
Yeah.
but...
Kind of like it.
What else?
DK or Viper says.
You know what, I'm
Andy
gonna say
right here
DK
on the
Viper.
side.
I like
or
DK
Viper.
actually.
We mentioned DK previous draft as well. Still a very good early fighting hero just to have.
What Rascal's pointing out is you need something that is good at team fighting
And frontlining.
and very early. And if DK just gets a BKB,
What
he's
about
ready to party.
Centaur?
If Viper just gets a mech, he's ready to party. And he gets most of his value even still without casting his spells.
I think that's one of Vega's most picked hero in 6.84 as well, so they definitely know
10 seconds.
how to play it.
remaining.
Viper is.
No, DK.
Yeah, Dragon Knight.
It's a Sven.
Okay.
Okay.
You get the extra armor from the Sven.
How do you lane this now? Beastmaster?
Limits Black
Beastmaster
Cannon.
mid. It's Night
Ember
Pasha
mid?
on the Sven. It's a core Sven, and it looks like no one will be playing the Ember.
Yeah,
so.
they should put Ember mid and then give him Dazzle support a lot
Yeah,
earlier
yeah.
Yeah.
Send him
until
up
he
to
gets like
stay.
level
I
3.
mean, we had Dazzle in the mid lane for the TA previous game
Yeah,
as well,
true.
so he helped him out. Could also help the Ember out. So with the draft done, Shane, do you really want to?
I'm sticking with... I
You
know...
really want to stick with Empire all the way?
I really think they can do it with this draft. I think the silencer is the
Is the
core
key?
component that they missed in the last game.
Okay.
And they got silent on Gyrocopter. I've seen him play that hero like
I respect you.
200
Stick to your
times.
guns. We'll see how it works out. Bird.
I like both of these drafts a lot, but I'm going to go with the Sven draft. I'm going to say Vega.
Okay. Lumi?
I'm gonna go with Sven as well. What is it, 20 armor now?
20
Yeah,
armor,
let's
baby.
do
Black
so.
Cannon does no damage, basically.
There you go. Literally no damage.
Literally no.
I
was
will
also gonna do
side with our core analysts. Sorry,
Core
Shane.
analysts.
Analyst, damn.
What do you got?
Flame.
I'll go for Vega. We'll see what our commentators think. It's time for game number 2. It is Vega versus Team Empire with Odie, Pixel, and Draskell.
Hello lads and ladies, welcome back to the casting desk here at DreamLeague. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Draskell, and we're ready to get ourselves into game number 2 between Vega and Empire. There's currently a pause, so we're not going to go straight into game right yet. But Andy, there's a Sven.
There is a Sven, and I was thinking to myself, all right, so obviously in the second game, it was pretty interesting to me how it developed, because in the previous game, Empire thought the main issue was the TA.
Yes.
Right? Like the Ember
TA had a
Spirit
great game.
in conjunction with a Templar Assassin and the chain stun that they had that Kevin was talking about on the couch proved to be too much for the Queen and the AM to be able to carry. And at some point in the draft, Empire banned out AM as a last-ditch effort. Or no, excuse me, Vega banned out AM as a last-ditch
Yes.
effort to take it away from Empire, of course, because they realize in this game they have a lot less in terms of burst damage to deal with the hero in general, which I thought was great. And then I was at a point where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, well, Shadow Fiend's banned, right? Empire already have Queen of Pain. They needed to be able to put something mid that was going to have high physical damage to a single target to be able to deal with the gyro. And that's why I kind of was leaning towards either DK or the Viper, because both of these heroes excel against Viper. One, you can Viper strike gyro and walk away.
It's true.
Right? And the other one is just, okay, well, Viper builds mech, but at some stage in the game, you're going to have enough physical DPS to actually take him down. And I think that's where they were kind of struggling. So then they just picked Sven. And Sven obviously hits really damn hard.
He really does.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got to be honest, we actually saw Sven here this morning in the Chinese games, and we saw quite an interesting build. I think it was actually picked up against a Jaro or something similar. The game has started, so we'll get ourselves in it so you guys can follow along at home. But it was an interesting skill build where he maxes out the cleave and the battle cry, only gets 1 point in Stormhammer, gets that Mask of Madness BKB build, and he is pretty much ready to fight. And he only gets that Sin, of course, because it's 2-second duration at all levels. You don't need the extra damage when you're able to get it through, and just this sustainability of maxing out Warcry early is ridiculous. As they were saying, you know, 20 armor. That's a lot of armor.
Yeah, it does pretty much negate flat cannon during, well, even the mid to late game stages. 20 armor is nothing to shake a stick at, and that's not even accounting for weave either.
Oh, with the dazzle as well. I mean, that's going to be disgusting.
It's going to be pretty
nuts. They have armor for days here.
There is a really big downside, though, to picking Sven in this game, and it's not the fact that the hero itself is bad, it's that it forces an Ember versus Queen matchup, and that's going to heavily favor Empire. So I'm really curious to see how Vega want to deal with that during the early game. I think that Mag's Beastmaster is phenomenal. He excels at the hero. He has an insane win rate. I think Lumi said they were 4-0 in this patch, so that's going to be great for them. But I think the mid is going to be maybe a little bit of a problem this time for Vega.
Well, let's see how it goes on. So far at the moment, Empire, they're looking towards the top. Vega looking towards the bottom, so it doesn't look like we're going to see a bounty rune fight kick off unless Beastmaster decides to make the walkout for this rune here. I'm sure Mag will be a little bit careful about that. Yeah, he's not going to want to go for that one. So Empire will get themselves the top, Vega will get themselves the bottom. And worth noting in terms of lanes, it's going to be Mag on the solo safe lane. And they're going to be running something aggressive down here on the bottom lane for Vega.
All right, so their solution to the matchup of having the Ember have to go mid is just do a 2-2-1. Because on paper, Ember gets absolutely crushed by Queen of Pain in a 1v1. Like, you have really bad base armor, you can't take harass. He's even preemptively skilled up Sleight of Fist to try to disjoint any of the Shadow Strikes that are going to be coming his way. But this matchup in general is always very, very difficult for the Ember Spirit player, even with a pool, as he's been started with right now. He gets to come to lane with a Poor Man Shield, so that's going to be nice. Vega, in the meantime, they are going to be forcing an aggressive situation here bottom.
Okay, and in terms of kind of this tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, do you think Vega have what it takes to come out on top with this aggression, or are Empire going to be able to play defensive enough to kind of get the farm still on silent, and this, you know, aggressive lineup isn't going to be too much of an issue for the Gyrocopter?
Whenever I say tri-lane versus tri-lane, the normal thing that I look at is what level does what team need to kill, right? So Vega, they're going to need minimum level 2 because Solo needs both of his spells, and Pasha needs Warcry and Stun to be able to really go on somebody. The other thing is their carry ranged? Well, obviously for Vega it's not. It's just a Sven. And then Silent is a Gyrocopter, so he should have an easier time farming if the supports are sticking around. But as it stands right now, Aloha Dance, both, and No Fear are being very passive, so at the moment, Silent is having a hard time finding his CS.
And of course the lane that we haven't mentioned is top lane. Okay, the shards have just come out to block onto Mag. But the question is, of course, with this, is we do apologise, we're just fixing some stuff on the back end. Well, it'll only be a couple of minutes. Don't panic, no picnic baskets.
All picnics.
But you're missing nothing. No, we're fine, we're back in. So you missed nothing. I wasn't even lying. You're back for this one, because Solo's giving them the old little walk around here. The glaives are flying through, Solo's going to be fine. But yeah, so, well, actually, what about, are we selling on down here? It looks like we're selling. So the top lane, the Beastmaster against the Tusk. We know how good Mag's Beastmaster is. I mean, he's top of the CS board already, but the Tusk is still finding a fair bit of farm as well. But I'd imagine Mag to come out on top there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's no question Beastmaster is going to excel in this 1v1 in bottom.
Lane, they get the light strike onto No Fear. The body blocks as well. No Fear's going to go down. That's your first buddy over the Dazzle. Silent trying to turn it around here with the Rocket Barrage. Solo's incredibly low here, taking the punches. Gets on the light strike, but it doesn't actually connect onto a Aloha Dance. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. The Rocket Barrage is coming out again. Seema the Slayer does have the shallow grave here, but he may still just go down. Silent's trying to desperately chase it. Seema salving up, looking for the Dukes through the tree lines. It's not going to work. He's going to go down. Sven will turn around, get a kill in return, so it's 2 for 2. 9 Pashi Basher incredibly low. Solo does come back into lane, so it's a 2 for 2 on that bottom lane there, but Vega were able to pick up the first blood for themselves.
If that stun didn't miss, would have been so much better for Vega. I think Solo probably would have lived, and they would have gotten 2 maybe for 1 instead.
Right, look at this bottom lane. I don't think you want a man up here, Resolution. He's going to go in with a snowball, but I think he may just be dead here. Mag punch to the face with the axe, and he's going to get himself a solo kill there. It was a very, very close engagement, but Mag, of course, coming out on top, and that's pretty big, giving away a kill in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah, Mag, of course, has the base armor advantage, the auto attack advantage, and well, pretty much the everything advantage actually is Beastmaster in that matchup, and now he's also going to be level 5 as opposed to level 4. So for now, Vega's lane's going pretty much the way that we expected.
Yeah.
An even trade in bottom, and middle lane is the only one where we're kind of suffering, but we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just looking at the denies from the quad. 11-13 bottom lane going onto silent. They'll find the light strike array, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a dead gyrocopter. So another kill here for Vega on this aggressive tri-lane. And with that, of course, starting to come out on top, and Vega, as you said, they're going to be happy with how this lane's going.
Yeah, now that they have the level advantage, there is a huge problem for Empire. Like, what is their counter to this? Like, the Shaker's still only level 2, the Silencer's getting close to level 3, but he hasn't actually put anything into Last Word right now. So instead of being able to stop, like, the Lina combo, for example, he can only throw out a curse that gets immediately dispelled as soon as the enemy team goes in. I really got to question the fact that No Fear has skipped Last Word in this situation, especially against a hero like Lina, or even like Dazzle. You put it on Dazzle before the fight starts, then he can't Grave on time. Maybe you actually get a kill instead of the Grave coming out and you trading. So, I don't know. I think that the tri-lane for Empire is kind of struggling at the moment, and they're going to have to hope that Yoku can bail them out.
Yeah, I guess Yoku's kind of going to be the saving grace this game. He gets a good time in the mid lane. He's going to be able to make those rotations and crush, you know, the tri-lane of Vega if he can hit kind of multi-man Sonic Waves. He's coming out of the bottom. Silent moving in. The Fisher is going to be a little unfortunate, though. Solo's on the right side for himself. Mid lane, Yoku going incredibly aggressive onto no one here. Trading right clicks will blink away there. And it looks like we're going to see a rotation from Solo, in fact, coming towards the mid lane. Realizes the Quap at the moment is at less than 50% health. He's just received the bottle back out, so we'll start to charge up. No one's moving in. He can find a sleight of fist change combo. They can follow through with the 1-2 from the Lina, but it's not going to be the case. Bottom lane. Sorry, here's the mid lane. They're going to go for it. They find the stun, and that's going to be a dead Yoku. Oh, no, it's not! Okay! The stick just getting himself out. Alrighty, by the skin of his teeth there. So we'll escape, but that's going to give some space, of course, to the Ember Spirit as he's forced to go back. And with that, Tusk is actually going to TP into the mid lane, look to find some farm there instead. And this, of course, in turn is going to give him lots more space to Mag. And Mag, historically, in DreamLeague games, he is known for getting a ridiculously good timing on his Necrobook, and I think this game isn't going to be an exception.
Totally agree. He's 29-9 right now at under 6 minutes, so he is definitely getting the better of that Solar Exchange. And I'm still kind of waiting for Yoku to have some impact here. He is level 6. He has his ultimate available. I really do feel like if he doesn't have a great game, I think Empire are going to be struggling a bit. Silent is still farming all right. I mean, it's not like super bad or anything, but good block.
Seema, he's got a shallow grave, but he's going to be cursed up. He's not going to get a chance to get that one out, surely, or maybe he can. No, yes, he can. He gets it out in time. Landis plays turn around, and here's your Ember Spirit turning up to the fight, closing onto a lower dance. Lower dance is going to be able to get himself up with the Searing Chains. Now onto Silent. Silent getting low, the Slight as well, bringing him down. The Light Strike's going to miss the chasing it, and Pasha will find the kill. There's a Stormham onto Nofit. They're going to look to chase this. They'll probably dive the tower here. He eats a mango, turns around, isn't going to be enough. There's a Dragon Slave to finish him off, so it's a 2-for-1 trade there on the bottom lane. Vega finding the Gyre and the Silencer and only losing the Dazzle for it in turn.
I really like that no one was moving down towards the bottom rune just in the same time as that fight kind of kicked off. And I mean, I know... Oh, all right, solo kill.
Yeah, Mag, he's obviously hits the 6 and straight in with the Primal Roar. Level 8 at the moment as well, this guy. Look how much money he's got.
He's rich, man. He's freaking rich. He's almost got his book 1.
Does he still get the book 1 at this point, or does he say, I've got this much gold, I'll get a blink first?
No, you definitely get book.
You always get the book.
He's already got the belt anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if you have book this early, there is almost no way Empire can deal with that. Like, you're going to have book 3 at what, like 14, 15 minutes if you keep up this rate of farm? That's completely ridiculous.
I've said it before, but I just don't remember seeing a time where Max had a bad performance on Beastmaster. A lower dance is going to get caught out. There's going to have to snowball in the Rocket Barrage to find themselves a return kill, and that's a big kill. Getting 9 Pashi Bashi there on that position 1 Sven. So they do find a good trade here this time, Empire, with the rotations. But yeah, Mag Beastmaster is something that you've got to be very scared about playing against, and especially when he gets to start like this. Necrobook right around the corner for this man at just 8 minutes. And, well, right around the corner, Vega wrapping around onto Yoku. Can they control him long enough to kill him? No, again, he gets the blink off just in time. Well, we had to bottle up through the poison damage. Yoku, that's the second time we've seen him escape literally by a slither of health.
His magic stick is MVP,
yeah.
Like 100%. He's lived 2 times in a row because of sticks, so.
He's coming back in as well. He's got a Sonic Wave. He wants to do something, blinks forward and no one. Nice control of the burst there. Straight in, no escape for the Ember Spirit. At the same time, Tusk will find a kill onto Lina as well. So 2 more kills on the board for Empire here. Now there's going to be your Necrobook picked up here by Magus with a haste rune. And he does have Aurora available. He is on his own though.
He's got a haste. He has
Is there
book.
anyone low enough that he could just...
He wants Yoku so bad.
Yep.
Oh, there's a
Dire's
here.
bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. He's not going to be able to find anything. A little bit too grouped up the side of Empire. 8 for 6 at the moment. Maybe let's just try and wrap round top. We've got the Sven now farming the top lane. 9 Apache Bashu. Finding some space up there and getting the force on onto the tower. And we're also having a TP in from Dazzler as well, so it looks like Vega want to try and take this tier 1, and they are certainly ready for a fight if it does kick off. And we may even see Mag just dive in with the Roar onto Resolution. He's trying to get himself in position. Does have that Hawk out.
It's a tricky hero to dive, though. You have to be very careful about throwing his Sven stun onto a Tusk, because it's a super easy stun that is joint for him. And doing that, like putting yourself in a snowball, buys ample time for teleport reactions coming in from Empire. So I think Vega are probably going to decide against that and maybe just prioritize Mag continuing his farm. If he's had such a good start, I don't really see much of a reason for him to roam too much. If you can just get that book 3 going, you can just mow down towers, take Roshan, like do whatever you want.
Oh, Solo. I think this man might be dead. There's a cooldown coming in, and throughout the light strike, it does catch onto a low hard dance, but Silent chases it down, and he'll take the kill onto Lina. Top lane, we see them finally going on into Resolution. They've got the Roar. They've got a Storm Hammer as well to make sure no funky business comes out in terms of the snowball. There's a 1-for-1 across the map. You can see Mag, of course, starting to get a bit of pressure on this tower with the Necro Books and with the Sven joining forces. They should be able to find the tier 1 mid lane. Yoku trying to move in onto no one. He's bottling up. And he will remnant himself back in towards the mid, so he's fine. Yoku doesn't quite have the burst damage. Hasn't got that Sonic Wave yet online again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
9 for 7. Vega still slightly in the lead, but once again, it's a close game like game 1. Empire still getting a decent amount of farm on both of their cores.
It's very close. After the laning phase is kind of broken down, Empire actually made a little bit of a comeback in the form of getting that solo kill on no one, which was huge, and the Resolution soloing off the Lina in the bottom rune. So they've made a decent way in clawing their way back into the game after not a great laning phase.
Resolution. He's not able to dodge it, and will finally get the snowball out. I think he still goes down here. It will do. Seema the Slayer finishes that one off. There's a nice cooldown coming in with the Fisher setting it up. Will connect onto Pashi Bashi. They find the kill on Sven. So favourable trade here for Empire. See if they can find anything more as well. Well, with Yoku there, Seema the Slayer. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He will have the Shallow Grave out. It's only gonna...
Ancients?
Is he? No. He was trying his best there, Seema, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, unfortunately.
Very interesting. Actually, I don't know if Resolution had to die there. He had a bottle. So, like, you can bottle and immediately snowball, right? Which means that he can survive, like, maybe 1-2 autos once he gets out of the snowball because he went on to the ranged hero instead of the Sven.
The lane draw straight up onto Yoku with the remnants in as well. Do they have the damage? Nice. Yes, they do, with the Axis to follow up as well. Mag will find the kill onto the Quap. It was a nice attempt to kind of disjoin the action there with the Fisher, but they didn't kind of anticipate the fact that the Ember was coming in as well, and they had nothing to stop no one from getting his combo out.
And that's book 2 for Mag.
Book 2 already, 11 minutes in.
Yep.
I mean, this is the definition of disgusting.
The thing is, not only does he get a kill with his book, but he's also going to be able to apply a little bit of tower pressure too, which is just added benefit, right? And this is one of the strengths of having it so early.
I mean, on the bottom lane as well, Silent needs to be a bit careful because, well, they do have that Laguna Blade now online for solo as he hits level 6, so... They've got to be careful across the map here, and he is picking up an Ogre Club on top of the belt, so it looks like he is just going for the straight-up Sanji, just looking to tank up against the burst of Vega.
I don't mind that so much, actually.
Illusion?
No one. No mana.
Just looking to secure the rune here.
Yeah.
And he'll get it. Probably has to find the illusion, bottle himself up. Bottom lane, you got the Silence to come in. He has hit 6 himself. They do have the Global online here.
Yeah, Global's the main reason why I think that Sanja's still fine, right? If he was against anything that didn't have a silencer, I would say that BKB is almost mandatory this game, just for the sheer amount of magic damage and lockdown, but a well-placed Global can completely turn a fight and lets him build a tad bit more greedy.
Oh, in the jungle, a bit of a wraparound here from Vega. Mag does have the Roar available. Empire are in a pretty good position to fight though. Oh, no, if they lose hero straight off the back. The cooldown comes in though, and the Global Silence as well. The slow connecting onto Solo and Mag. Solo's going to get a snowball to the face, and now Yoku wrapping in. They found a second kill. They're also going to find a third almost early. As Mag's trying to get away here. Will go down. Oh, the stun coming out there. It's very nice, and Vega might just have the clean up here. They're looking for Silent. No one, and 9 Pashi Bashu moving in. Silent's trying to get himself out. And a 9 Pashi Bashu turning up to the fight at the right time, and if they can get this 4th kill, they're going to take the trade 4 for 3. With the Remnant 4, they'll surely get it. Stormhammer's going to seal the deal. Double kill here for the Sven. And what a time for Sven to turn up with a God Strength.
God, that That was pretty much the dream for Sven. Seeing an entire team standing on top of each other. There's not many situations where that happens unless your team has a Darkseer or something. So very fortunate, because otherwise Empire would have walked away from that fight pretty much losing nothing if they hadn't had the last two react from the side of Vegas. So nice that they were able to make something happen out of a bad situation, and does secure the drums and the phase boots now for no one. And he has been crazy active in both of these games. Even when he's playing safe lane, like he is always in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of play style we expect to see from Vega. They're very good at this kind of just putting pressure on at all points across the map and kind of never letting off the other team, and constantly forcing their opponents to think very carefully about how they tread mid lane. Empire are starting to get a little bit more confident with their movements. We do have, how close is he to level 11 here on the Quap? He's okay, he's just picked up level 10, so nearly got that second point of the Sonic Wave. He's on cooldown still for 50 seconds. Bottom lane, Vega looking to take a tower for themselves. They'll find it. More money into the pocket of Dazzle. Looks like they might be able to defend mid as well, because we've got Mag hanging around on the Beastmaster, so Empire won't be able to find a trade here. They've got a Roar. They're trying to set up onto Yoku. They're going to need the Remnant to follow through. The Searing Chaser can't quite make it. The Blink is out just in time for the Quap.
That was real damn close. Like maybe a half a second sooner and he would have had that. But they want to pressure because they know Global's down. They know Echo's down.
I can see a lower dance and they want his blood. They're moving straight in. A lower dance, he's going to need to react a little bit quicker than that, because he's about to eat a Storm Hammer. With the Light Strike to follow, there's no chance for him to get out any of his spells, and the Earthshaker is dead. And they'll also find the tower there with the push of the Necro units on this Beastmaster, so Vega continuing to maintain map control, and Empire, they look for the trades. This time they tried to go for the tier 1 top, but the TPs are there. And Vega are just not letting Empire take a single tower. And look at this wraparound from the side of Vega. They're coming around the back here. But luckily for Empire, they realize they're wiser to this. They do TP out. They're not going to walk straight back into this one. So Vega won't find anything there. But nonetheless, 16 to 12, and Vega are going to be very happy with the way this game's going. As we can see on the XP and gold graph, it is starting to tailor off in favor of Vega because of these plays. No one. The Global Silence comes out. There's the Snowball Fort as well. They do find the stun. The Global's going to be coming off now. Now Bashu turns up to the fight, finds a Storm Hammer straight to Resolution. They move into the damage from this Fen. Pretty significant now with the God Strength. They'll find the kill onto Tusk. And, I mean, that's going to be the Global again, used by Silencer, but Empire just unable to find anything off the back of it.
They want to go ham.
Okie dokie. No mana on no one, though. They do have a cooldown. The Echo Slam comes out, and Vega, I think they've got a little bit too far here. They've already lost 2. They're going to lose 9 Bashu here as well, as Silent clears up, and maybe even Solo's going to die. What the heck was going on there, Vega? I think they just got a little bit too greedy. That was a little bit too much of a dive. 4 heroes down. I mean, Mag might be able to clean up something here. He's looking for Silent. He will find it with his Necro units. This ridiculous amount of damage he can output on top of the Primal Roar. So they do find something else. They do get the big kill on the Gyro, but Vega didn't necessarily need to do that.
They really wanted to all stand on top of an Earthshaker who had Echo for some reason. I don't know why, but that's pretty much what happened, and it wasn't great.
It was not great.
Because as soon as you eat that Echo, there's 2 points in Aftershock, which is a full stun.
Ooh, Tusk. Okay, it's just
he wants the gold from the book, but he's not going to be able to get it, unfortunately. And Mag, once again, the savior that Vega...
Yes, the fact that he gets that jar at the end.
But they didn't deserve, right?
No.
They did not deserve him cleaning up their mess.
Not at all, not at all.
But now that he has the book 3, Roshan is now on the table for Vega. You got the plus armor coming out from the Sven. You got Dazzle, of course, on top of that. So it shouldn't be too hard for them to secure it. Honestly, though, if they do that again, like, sure, they're ahead, but you can't just tower dive on top of a Shaker and expect to walk away from it.
Top lane, no one's trying to go for a bit of action here onto Resolution. Resolution turns around the punch. No one just giving the old rundown here. He's got a slight in the steerings in a couple of seconds, but Silence has turned up. The Searing Chains aren't going to latch onto the Tusk, so Tusk is going to be fine. No one just has to get himself out of this one. Can't stick around with the Silencer, and now pretty much the rest of Empire turning up as well with the Shaker and Gyro. Silent and Aloha Dance ready to get the push on top lane.
Silent getting closer to that BKB means that Empire's team fight potential is going to be even higher, so maybe Vega a little bit under the gun for the first time this game. They had been running pretty relentless in their aggression for the first 10-15 minutes or so, but this is the first time where we actually see Empire coming out in force.
Okay. Here we go. Smoked up, Mag. Following him with the team. Resolution a little bit close to the tower. The silence is going to come out to kick this one off. Resolution will get the snowball across. There's a cooldown though. It's going to hit onto all three heroes. They've got the roar from Mag. The weave starting to come out as well. The silent is just melting to the right clicks there. He's got to get himself out. He's not going to be able to. He goes down. No one gets the searing chase just in time to catch the TP of this Shaker, and they'll get themselves a third kill here in this fight. I mean, it seems like when the global silence comes out, it's always Vega winning the fights somehow. They just kind of wait it off. Empire don't really have the damage out, but they get a cooldown down, which is nice. But there's just not the follow-up, and well, we might even see Solo get a solo kill.
Yeah, he did.
He gets a bit of backup there from no one, and it was needed because there was a fair bit of health pool on this Queen of Pain. But well, that's Vega kind of reasserting their dominance after that bit of a flop fight in the mid lane. 4 heroes down on the side of Empire, and they can't take a single one from Vega in that bit of action.
They almost got this Fen, but a very nicely placed Grave coming out from Seema. The problem is the global has to basically be perfect, or it needs to be used in a way where the Tusk is going in, and then you punch, you line up your Sonic Wave with the Queen, you line up like a Fissure and a Call Down, and you can just kill somebody before it wears off. Because if it doesn't, Seema's always been very nicely positioned, standing in the back, waiting to throw out that defensive Grave to save a hero. In this case, it was Pasha. But if that doesn't happen, then yeah, the global is pretty much a waste. So I feel like Empire have yet to fully utilize the global. I think the only one that we saw this game that actually ended up being fruitful was when they were in their own woods. And they threw out the global like just when he hit 6, I think, and ended up getting a kill or 2 based off that. But now, Vega, we talked about their ability to do Roshan. They got that mass armor from the battle cry, and there is now a blink on this Fen.
Mid lane. Mag, here we go with his Necro army.
So
look at that. I mean, that is just ridiculous.
It's like level 3 book. He had it under 16 minutes. He has 4 points right now into Inner Beast. He just does a ridiculous amount of damage. He can solo kill basically anyone on Empire.
That's pretty damn crazy. They get themselves a kill. They get themselves the Roshan here as well. Ember's going to be the one holding on to that Aegis. And Ember, of course, is, by looks like he's going to go for the Manta Star here. And I guess, of course, this is due to the Silencer being a bit of an annoyance.
Well, he knows that he doesn't really need to deal that much damage right now. Just being alive, being able to throw out a lot of Sleight of Fists, a lot of Searing Chains, setting up the stun for the Lina, for example, or even Pasha to go in if he wants to blink and throw out a Stormhammer on top of that. That in of itself is already enough damage because no one on the side of Empire has a BKB yet. The only one who's going to have it is going to be Silent, and the rest of the heroes can just die to that chain of initiation. So I feel this choice is fine, and they already have enough, I feel, to go high ground just by having the Beastmasters. So hopefully for Empire, they can pit some kind of strong defense against this Aegis push.
Let's see what Empire can do here. They're edging out of the base, but they are very aware of the fact that Vega are hanging about. I've got that blink on the Sven. The weave's now been popped down as well, so Vega are ready for a fight. Mag also has the raw back off cooldown here.
He's got a blink too.
Yeah, you've got to be so careful here as Empire. It's going to be very hard for them to defend this tier 2, especially with the fact that they don't have a blink on a lower dance. He is still a long, long way away from that item. There'll be a Searing Chains hit. There's your follow-up, and Earthshaker taking the raw to the face every time. Pasha goes straight in with the stun onto NoFit. NoFit just get out the global. Won't actually go down here. Pasha unable to get the final strike on. The cooldown will come in. Will connect onto Pasha. Pasha's just going to run off with the Warcry here. So Vega, they do only find the kill onto the Shaker, but they force out the global silence. And they'll also be able to find this tier 2 here in the mid lane as well off the back of it.
I think that had to have been a misclick from Pasha. He got global and then he just like stood there for a second or two without doing anything. Didn't end up hitting No Fear one more time for a free kill, but we just saw a perfect example of what I was saying right there. He gets a Sleight of Fist and a Chains onto the Shaker, and then the Shaker just dies. Like, he has no counterplay to that whatsoever, unless the silence comes out at a perfect moment. So I feel like utilizing the global silence in a defensive matter this game is much more difficult than just having Resolution go in with a snowball and just globaling on that. Like, that has to be the way the Empire play this, because if they don't, they're always fighting a 5v5 that they can't win. They need to kill somebody before the fight even starts.
They do. Every 5v5 we've seen them take has pretty much always gone in favor of the side of Vega, and that's starting to break away a bit in terms of overall gold. 7.5k for the side, but certainly not an irrecoverable lead here against Empire. Empire standing strong in the mid lane. See what they're able to achieve next. Resolution closing in the mech for the team. The blink dagger on the Shaker is going to be pretty big if they can get that online, and
he's
also
so
the BKB for Silent. That's the thing, yeah.
He's got 380 gold. Like,
I mean, he is taking all the hate from this.
Silent. He's dead.
Oh god.
See ya. That is such a ballsy smoke, by the way. That was a two-man smoke with absolutely no vision in their jungle. And they didn't even see anybody in lane and top. And they were just like, yeah, whatever. We'll just be two-man smoked here. Like, who does that? Like, who does that? I guess apparently Vega do. And they make it work.
All right. Okay. I mean, silent dead for 30 seconds. This is push time. And I think this is even the time where Vega may even just take themselves another tier 2 off the side of Empire, because Empire, they do not want to be defending this far outside of their base. They've pretty much got to hope to just take fights from the high ground outside. There's Yoku in the mid lane, just nearly getting soloed here by Mag. Will have to blink away and TP himself right back to base. There we go, tier 2 going down in the bottom lane. Top lane, Lower Dart's desperately trying to find some farm across the map. As we said about that blink dagger, he's still a fair bit away. But I mean, he might need to come back here, because I don't think, doesn't look like Vega are going to slow down with this pressure at all. Straight onto the tier 3 here with this push.
The armor. They're all so tanky.
I mean, this is the point of the game where Empire have got to be very careful. They get a cooldown out, but there's so much armor. This Side's just literally doing no physical damage at all. He's going to be used up here. The global coming out. Solo will mantra it off here, but the snowballs come out here. It's going straight across to the Lina. We'll find the stun. Blink 4 from Pasha. He starts to get the damage out to a low hard dance. The steering change coming out from Solo, but he gets off a nice Echo Slam. They'll Sonic Wave off the Sven. No one is still alive, and he's going to get shallow graved up just in time. He'll continue to chase down Silent. We'll get off the chains here, being incredibly manly here. No one just going YOLO, but he's got the Aegis. He's fine. 3 buybacks have come out from the side of Empire. They're desperate to take this fight, and they should be able to find the kill onto no one. Won't be able to get himself out. So they kill the Ember Spirit. Vega aren't able to find the Rex. They did just find the tier 3 tower. They may even lose more here. Yoku blinking forward. Couldn't quite get the Shadow Strike off there. Tima's going to TP out, but he's actually going to stop, and he's going to turn. He's going to fight. He kills Yoku. That's a dieback. He graves himself there. The cooldown's coming out. Solo will get caught out by the slow. Oh, could he get himself? Solo! Oh my god, the Fiery Soul passive. He's a speedy little bugger. He's out of here. And I don't know if they're going to be able to catch him. They have a Fisher in a second. But I think he's just too far. He's just going to hide it with Mag. I mean...
He's got the book back up.
Mag and Solo. I don't know if this was the place to hug in the trees. Mag is dead.
That was 1,100 gold.
Solo? There's a lot of heroes here.
He's so greedy right now. He's got the Sven.
Okay, Sven's turned up. Stun onto Silent. Bashi turns for a low dust. The Fisher comes out. Solo is still alive. He's just running circles around these guys. He's coming back in.
All right.
Solo?
What's happening right now?
Is he going to go in? He's headed in. Pasha will get the blink off before any of the damage ticks in. Solo's got a missile coming his way, but of course he's got the Your Scepter.
Ember's back. Ember's back.
All right. I mean, that was the definition of ham there from Solo. He was just showing no fear.
Yeah, but the thing is, Pasha blinked in and stunned the wrong target. So, like, if he stunned the Shaker would have died for sure. And then I think they actually just chase that and kill everyone.
But I mean, at the same time, he stuns Silent on the Jar, and if you don't stun Silent, I think Solo dies.
I think they would have killed the Shaker and Solo would have been fine, actually.
You reckon? Okay.
Yeah, I think it would have been okay. But even in that sense, like, if you trade 1 for 1, I think it's... actually, that's better for Empire at this stage, considering how far behind they are. They get much more for a single kill than Vega do. But still, they forced 3 buybacks, like you mentioned, and that is a huge investment for defending your base. And the thing is, Roshan is also going to be up in, what, a minute and a half, give or take? And
we'll see the timer come out.
Yeah. Or no, actually, it hasn't gone to the point where you can see the...
We don't know, like, what window time.
So it's still maybe more like 4.5.
Well, no one's found Resolution. Morts is past him. Resolution now's got a bit more of the haste ring. We'll turn around, get the shards. No one needs to be a bit careful here. Gets the slide off, has the Manta Style. Solo moving in, but there's a global silence, and the cooldown's going to come straight down on the head of the Ember Spirit. No one's going to get taken down here. Big kill here for the Jari to pick up. Joker will be able to blink forward here, trying to find some more for the team. They do have a Sonic Wave. Solo will turn around with the Light Strike Array. Full 5-man of Empire chasing him down, and a Sonic Wave to the backside of Lina will take her down. So they get themselves another kill. Seema looking for a TP out. Have they got anything to cancel it? No, not in time. Will be able to make his way out of there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mag is applying some pressure on the Beastmaster, but nonetheless, Empire finding themselves a couple of kills, and as you said, at this point when they are playing from behind, these kills mean a lot for Empire.
The other part of it too is Silent actually got credit for a lot of the big priority kills, so when Mag died, he got that kill. He got almost 1,200 gold from that alone, and now he's got BKB, SNY, and he's sitting on 1,500 gold, so we are reaching that stage in the game where Silent is a damage threat.
Mag?
Alright, they're actually
they're going a little bit YOLO. This is...
Yeah, they're going to lose Aloha Dance, I think, but...
he gets out the Echo here and the Fisher onto 2. He might even be able to wall this off. Yeah, they don't want to jump in here, Vega, because the rest of Empire's turning up. And they've just got to get themselves out. Oh, Ember wants to fight, though. 1 Remnant, 2 Remnant moving forward. Finds the series chances resolution, but the snowball is going to be there. We'll try and chase it down here with a flame guard, but there's this War's Punch to slow down no one. There's shards as well, very nice. And he finds himself another haste rune. He just had a haste rune here, resolution. He's got himself another one now, and he's on the run. Vega aren't going to be able to catch this. There's no more remnants here for no one. And resolution just getting pretty damn lucky with these runes.
Yeah, he is the Rune Lord. I was very, very lucky. But keep in mind, if he didn't have that nice ice shards, he might have not even gotten that rune. So it was a very, very close thing. But Vega just needs to take a step back for a second. Just, you know, take a deep breath. Let's try not to 1v5 anymore and just group up and do what they've been doing, because it's been working for them. The downside is they've given so much gold away to Empire in the last, like, 5-8 minutes. Where that Shaker, who had 400 gold, is now only a couple hundred away from having a Blink Dagger. And stuff like that is game-changing. They only have, at this point in the game, 1 BKB, and that's going to be on the Sven, of course, but stuff like that means that you can defend the high ground for a very long period of time, and who knows, maybe Silent gets a damage item.
Maggie. He's been spotted out, and he's going to get stuck right under the cooldown. Rocket barrage to the Beastmaster's face, and he's not really got a lot to answer to for that. 60 seconds now down, and these pickoffs are big for Empire. And we talked about Vega throwing away some very important kills, and that one on Mag certainly is one, because off the back of that, they're going to lose this tier 2 on the top lane almost certainly. And we'll see if Empire decide to go for more. We have got, in fact, Solo moving in very aggressively here. He's got to be careful.
Be real careful.
I mean, if Resolution finds the shards, which he will.
Oh, okay, he's dead.
Okay, he's got the Yules to buy him some time. Now they've got no one coming out. The TPs are here as well. War's Punch on Solo. The Global Silence coming out, and this time it's pretty damn big. There's already a kill here for Silent. As they pick up 1, they pick up 2. They do lose the Silencer here. 9 Pashy Basher, no one doing quite a lot. The cooldown coming in, though, from Silent, and he's looking for the cleanup potential. He's trying to look for no one in 9 Pashy Basher, but they've got a hell of a lot of armor here. 30 armor at the moment on the Sven. Pasher trying to find Silent. Silent's just going to TP out of this one. Resolution will find the stun with the snowball, but he may very well pay of his life. He has got the grease complete. The shards are nice again, but the Sleight of Fist chains hits a bang onto the Tusker. A quick swoop from the sword there, and it's a triple kill for the Ember Spirit. So Vega do defend, but again, this is a pretty ham game. Back and forward, 26 to 34. It is still Vega with the lead, but it is starting to fall away, and we can see in terms of the individual hero net worth, it is Silence Jarracott to the moment on 15,000, and he's by the looks of it going to start working towards that MKB now.
The problem that they're going to run into is, again, the Shaker being given so much gold. He did die there, but he's still 200 away, 250 away from the Blink Dagger, and I guess Vega for now realizing that Roshan is now on the table. They got to go over there. They got to take their advantage where they can find it. If for whatever reason Empire were able to get this particular Roshan, I think the game would actually be almost a ground zero. Like, sure, a 5 or 6k golden experience lead is fairly large at this stage, but it is going to be Roshan here for Vega. And because they used Global in the last fight, that is a tool that is so important for Empire to have, and they are not going to have the utility of that in this fight. And I don't think they're going to be able to contest because of it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're heading over at all. They've got no inclination of it. Now, here's that big iron we were talking about earlier. They've got the blink on the Shaker. We've seen him get off a couple of pretty impressive Echo Slams without the blink. But now with the blink, Vega have got to be very careful how they position themselves when they start to push in, as they have been before.
Yeah, it's a lot of small things this game. Like, Empire were probably hoping to deal more damage than they did when they were diving into top, but because of the fact that the Sven and the Ember were both there and cleaned up 3 of the supports on the side of Empire, it just means that you go into the next fight without Global. They knew Roshan was going to be spawning too. That's why they wanted to take it, you know? We get 1 or 2 cores off the map from Vega. We secure Rosh for ourselves. But it didn't end up happening, and because they didn't have that big team fight ulti, they didn't feel confident in being able to take the fight. So now they have to potentially stop Vega pushing high ground with an Aegis and no tier 3 bottom.
This is going to be the test, really. This really is going to be the test at this point. Mag skipping the creeps on the top lane. Yeah, I've got a pretty deep push from Empire, though, as they've managed to swing a wave right round towards the top. Pashe just going in for a quick swipe onto the racks.
They gotta wait for everyone to get here. Still, Mag sitting mid.
Oh, MKB is done on the Jaro, so they do have a hefty bit of damage, but we have talked before, obviously, with the War Cry and Weave, there's a lot of armor to negate that damage.
Yeah, I think, honestly, it's still gonna hurt. Like, even if you have 20 armor, he hits for over 300 right now.
Oh, yeah.
So Silent's still going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. And the other thing, too, is Warcry does have a radius, so he's not always going to be hitting everyone. No. Sometimes you have to use it just to initiate, and you might not hit, like, some of the supports, for example.
It looks like the pace is kind of slowed down now. You know, Vega playing it a little bit more safe.
Yeah.
Not wanting to throw away anything else. Mr. Pashy Bashu, 1400, and they do now have a Lincoln Sphere on your quad. Aghanim is now done on the Lina, though, over the side of Vega. And we're seeing a level 15 as well, so she's close to that level 16. And this is going to be very nice, of course, against a lineup where they do have a Jari that does have the BKB, so having that pure burst damage is going to be key here for the side of Vega. And Empire now smoked up, moving very aggressively into the jungle. They'd love to find a pick-off onto Mag, but I think is he TPing out here? He is. He blinks straight into the tree line and TPs straight away. Now it's going to be Vega here with the smoke.
They actually completely dodged them, so I don't think Silent has any idea that there's smoke just yet. Maybe soon. But he's going to be farming the Ancients, and I don't think the Hawk is seeing him yet, but if he moves it up, he will spot Silent, and that'll be a problem.
If they can pick off Silent here.
Oh, the smoke broke. He has to know. He has to know where he is.
He's going to blink, surely. The pings are coming out. Is he going to lead through? Yes, he is. Straight in here for the cooldown. Nice. Silent's coming out in time. There's the BKB as well. Now with the cooldown, Silent maybe looking to turn this, but there's still going to still be the Roar. But now the Echo Slam onto Mag. You get the Enchant Totem hit as well. Light Strike comes down to Shaker, though. They'll melt through the Earth Shaker. They'll find one killer now going forward. They'll find the Storm out onto Silent. Sonic Wave is nice, but the Laguna Blade as well. Silent is too much damage. They've lost the Giant Copter. They're going to lose Yoku here as well. And now they're moving forward for more. Mag and the boys looking for no fair. They're going to get it silenced down. There's a snowball in, but it's going to be the last snowball for a good bit of time because Resolution's dead as well. Double kill for Solo. Empire throwing away everything there. They even deny the leader. Solo gets denied.
I'm pretty sure he had a heal too.
All right, they had a shallow grave. That was like, screw you, Solo. We don't need you for this. And Solo even buys back. He says, guys, this isn't funny. I wanted to play Dota.
This is the only buyback on the side of Empire, by the way.
Okay. This could be a hard defense, to say the least, for the Tusk. Let's see how he manages to man up here. They'll almost certainly lose the racks in the mid lane. Vega, they're going in. There's going to be a shaker back up in 16 seconds before the silence is back. He doesn't have that Echo Slam though. That is really kind of the big cincher here, and they're going to lose a second set of racks by the looks of it. Vega showing no signs of leaving off the base. They're ready to go full in. They'll get a second set. The saving grace here, of course, for Empire is the fact they still have that tier 2 on that top lane, so it isn't going to be possible for Vega to get the mega creeps. And it looks like Empire will be back up in time. But that is 2 full sets of racks down, and that's going to be a bit of a kicker here, 35 minutes in. And they're going to go for anything more. No, Vega don't want to throw this away. They don't want to go too ham. They're going to be happy with that. They're going to back up. They'll look towards the top lane, start to get that pushing in, and get themselves ready for round 2.
Man, that was such a fortuitous smoke coming out from Vega. Say, for instance, Silent doesn't get caught for like another 5 or 10 seconds, maybe, right? And the rest of Empire is actually able to get there in time. I think that fight might have gone a little bit differently. Like, Aloha Dance got a pretty nice echo off, bought Silent some time. In the end, he ends up sacrificing his own life. And the main issue with stuff like that is that when you play Martyr and you throw an echo into a fight, you don't actually have any follow-up damage.
That's the issue.
So Silent wasn't able to sit there and just like auto during it, right? He obviously has to run because he realizes it's a 2v5 pretty much. And they expend global to keep him alive in the first place. So
there's an AC now on Mr. Pasha.
All right, so between just AC and Warcry alone, he has 35 armor between those two things.
And there's also, as a Beastmaster, very close to Refresher Orb.
Yeah, and the Beastmaster also has Vlad, so that's another 5 armor.
All right.
Yeah, so between the aura itself, which is 5.
It's a lot of armor.
Yeah, you get 10 from the 2 auras they have, 20 from the Warcry. Pretty damn tanky. I really love the way that Vega drafted this game, though. They have a good split of magical damage and physical damage, so that any stage in the game, they can always take a fight. They have good control with the Beastmaster. They have good sustain with the Graves, of course, and the Shadow Wave coming out from Seema.
He's got an Echo. He wants to hold on to it, though. There's going to be more turning up, but it is just the 2 of them here. Yoku and Aloha Dance. Yoku's going to reveal himself here. Jumping straight in. There'll be a Fissure onto 2. Inkelsphere will block the Poison Touch. Already got the Shaker saying, I'm getting the hell out of here, Yoku. You're doing this one on his own. He'll look to blink into the tree line. Can they get anything in there to cancel it? They can't. Yoku's going to be fine. So they do manage to get themselves out. Mag, is he going to look for a bit of a cheeky solo kill? No, he's going to say, I love the courier. Your Helm of Iron Will is not coming to you today, sir.
Yeah.
That will be delayed on the delivery front. And Mag just walks into Silent. He says, why not? Let's have a bit of fun, bit of action. Tries to turn around for the Roar. He's going to die.
No, the Roar lasts longer. Roar lasts longer.
Oh, okay.
He's fine.
Jesus.
The Dream.
Gee, that was close.
Yeah, but by the way, that's a Diffusal Blade on Dazzle. I would love to see the stats on how many games you're going to see this, because Global Silence is really annoying, so he just wants to purge it off and be able to cast Grave on somebody.
Radiant's top tower.
Very nice, actually, because it has no cooldown now, so you can actually just spam it on like your whole team, and when a Global comes out, you can just be like, dispel, dispel, dispel.
That's true. That's true. Here we go. Vega. Tickling away at the tier 3. Empire. They do have the slam. It's going to be all about the slam, I feel. If the Shaker can hit a good slam, then maybe Empire can swing themselves back into this. But at the moment, it is obviously Vega's game to lose.
I feel as though Vega have a very good understanding of the heroes right now, like what heroes work well against what compositions.
Oh, Solo getting caught out. There'll be the Yule Scepter here to buy him sometime. They have committed a lot for that kill, but they'll get it. No one's trying to come in as well. And now Passion with a two-man storm. Oh, Yoku getting blown up with a Aloha Dance, and now Resolution's got to run himself the hell away. Mac will get the roar off just before the missile comes out. There'll be the charge thrown back by Resolution. He goes back with a snowball as well, trying to find the Tusk Stone stun, and now Silent pops the BKB. Pashu Bashu, he's closing in, and they're going to try and look for more. There's a remnant forward. They're not done here, Vega. They want to find Silent. The damage ripping through the Gyrocopter. They'll get themselves that kill as well. 77 seconds on the sidelines now for Silent. There'll be a buyback here on the Quap, but they're just going to the fountain here. Mag bringing Resolution down low with the Necro units. Joker's got to get himself back in the fountain. And no one's just ready to start fountain diving.
Don't die, Mag.
Slight fist.
Live. Alright, he's alright. So
they've still got the Echo Slam though.
They called GG. Nah, it's over.
All right,
so at the end of the game, just to swag all over Empire, Mag buys a refresher in the well, pops his Necro again, and just roars, and still manages to live because of a Grave from Seema. So they don't even end up getting that kill. I think... Okay, so there's a lot of reasons why you lose a series, right? You either get outdrafted, you get outplayed, a combination of both. I think it was both in both games for Vega. Like, they just seem to be on another level, I think, than Empire right now.
It certainly seemed that way. They just played better. They made the better decisions kind of towards the later stages of the game. We saw in the mid-game, Vega able to take it in game 1. This game a little bit longer, went on to 40 minutes rather than 25 of the first game, but still at the end, just with the superior decisions. And I think a lot of people were obviously going to be interested in seeing how Vega were doing off the back of coming out of ESL. I think they're still managing to prove themselves. 2-0 against the side of Empire.